Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Speaker Focus Q&A call on Monday. We are here each and every week to talk to you about building your speaker business, dealing with the tough questions to grow your speaker brand and help you take your business goals to a whole nother level. I'm delighted to be here with you like always, every single Monday, so we can inform you, empower you, enlighten you, and many other things that you should be doing to grow your speaker business. Mondays always propose special challenges for all people in business, and it definitely has landed on my doorstep as well. Wait a minute, video is off. Wait a minute, somebody saying they can't see me? My video's on. Who's saying they can't see me? Okay, everybody's saying they can see me. Okay, most people saying they can see me. Somebody said they couldn't see. Oh, I got it. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, got it. You can't see me because you are not a panelist. Even if you are here for administrative purposes, observational purposes. This is for the people who are showcasing and the students on our platform. So it's all good. As long as you can see me, it's all good. Okay. We are going to manage this Q&A a little bit different. This is a special Monday Q&A call because we have the very first Speaker Focus exclusive showcase coming up in Washington, D.C. For those who are showcasing, I need to make this session more about them. However, I am going to front load the beginning of this Zoom session with any questions that you may have. Charlene, I see your hand up from France. I will be right with you in a second. So anybody that has some questions, we are going to take a few questions, but I need to save the rest of this Zoom session, and you still might want to stick around because those of you who are showcasing in January, or if you're interested in showcasing, then you're going to learn the rules and the protocols, the do's and don'ts. I'm going to help you prepare for your messaging because some of you are a little nervous right now. Some of you are very anxious to get on the stage and do your thing. Don't worry about it. Just like we are preparing you to get ready for the market so you can convert leads into revenue and book speaking engagements, we are going to help you get through your showcase experience with us as well. So the very first thing we're going to tackle are the students that have questions, specific questions about things that you're struggling with. You have a messaging struggle. You have a message about your sales tools. You got a message about outreach and verbiage. Your LinkedIn strategy is weak. We want to make sure we can address those things first. So anybody that's on the platform right now that has a question who is not showcasing, anybody who's showcasing on October the 6th, I don't want to hear from you right now. I am going to leave we're going to spend at least a half an hour to 40 minutes dealing with your concerns. And I'm going to let you know what I expect out of you when it comes to showcase, and I'm going to help any of you build your messaging if you want me to do that as well. We're going to deal with that. Right now, we are dealing with people who have some struggles and some concerns or some questions about building their speaker brand. Charlene, talk to me.
Hey, KTR, you're looking great.
Thank you. I just lost 20 pounds over the last 3 months, and I'm feeling amazing. Thank you.
I know my health coach hat is switched on, and I'm like, man, I want to give you a high five right now. I'm so proud of you.
Listen,
I hope that's okay to say it.
Listen, I don't even know how to feel. I'm just excited for myself. I'm more healthy now than I've been in a lot of years. I got to thank Auston because he's always, he's always putting things in my path that's good for me. That guy that's my brother. He's my family. And anything that makes me healthier, that's going to turn me into a better person, he's always there. I mean, he's just a special kind of business partner. And I just really appreciate it because he's the one that got me on the path of losing the weight and really getting healthier, taking my blood pressure more serious. And, you know, I want to extend my life, and I'm doing a great job of it. I'm taking it one day at a time. By no means do I have it all the way under control, but I'm telling you right now, I'm giving it a really, really great effort, and I feel good. So thanks, Charlene, for your support. It means everything to me.
Oh, good. And it's only what we see. So underneath it all, your body is like shining, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
well done.
Listen, I'm not ready to pull my shirt up yet.
That's not what I'm asking.
Watch this. Maybe by maybe by next summer, I'll have my stomach.
Yeah,
I have my beach body.
I was thinking about your heart, your arteries, you
Oh,
know, all that
yes.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm feeling great on the inside. What's your question or your comment?
Okay, quick one, because I want to give the time for all the awesome people showcasing. I just wanted to finesse my message a little bit. I have a keynote coming up, still on the topic of burnout for a repeating client, and I just wanted to run an idea by you, because I found that when I use visuals or metaphors, clients really, really like that as a keynote opener. And I've been using the same one for quite a few one of my keynotes. I've been using this like of iceberg of, you know, what you see, like a very successful professional is not really what you get, like all the burnout and the anxiety underneath, right? So the tip of the iceberg and then the phase that's not visible. Anyway, that's been really, really successful, but I was looking for a new opener because it's the same client and they rebooked me.
Gotcha.
So I just thought, you know what, because in the past you've given me some great ideas, I thought I'd run it by you, or maybe you tell me it's okay to do the same opener for the same client that's rebooking you, but just in case, I thought I will run it by you.
Okay.
If you have something that springs to mind, and if not, then it's just great to say hello. I've been reflecting on that a lot.
No, absolutely. You know, Charlene, we always love it when you show up. I know the time difference, you know, where it is in France, you know, versus the US, it's always a sacrifice for you to show up, but you've done it so many times. And that's the reason why you're out in the marketplace and you're booking speaking engagements. And you got your first one this year for $5,000. Is that correct? USD?
Correct.
There you go. So you're doing the steps. And the reason why, there's always a reason why we tell you to do something on this platform. It's not because we're guessing or feeling around in the dark. All right. When you've managed over $100 million in paid advertising and you got 36 years worth of experience in this business and you made every mistake in the world, you kind of get good at knowing how to give people advice. So this is the advice I'm going to give to you. Now, it's a good thing because your LinkedIn strategy is absolutely a blueprint. If anybody wants to know how to manage content on your LinkedIn, Charlene has an amazing strategy. There's a really organic where she makes a connection with her audience. She is a niche speaker. She's a former attorney who is talking about burnout and, you know, feeling refreshed mentally. We helped her design some great signature programs. So her outreach strategy is working. It took a little bit of time, but when it starts, I told you, it's like a bag of microwave popcorn. When it starts really heating up, like Charlene Giselle has Burlap. So I'm sorry, Charlene. Like Charlene has done in the past, then eventually what happens is you start connecting with your audience. You start connecting with target buyers. Now, Charlene, you've done a New York stock exchange. How'd your engagement go back? Or is it coming up?
That was awesome. The London Stock Exchange, that was super successful. So yeah.
Do you got New York Stock Exchange coming up as well?
No, not. I had a New York bank.
That was a New York bank that you did. Okay, got it. Okay, all right. So this is what I'd say: when you have an existing client, and you have went in and you've done multiple trainings, think about your performance like you are a musical act. You know, the reason when these bands go on tour, the next time you see them they have a different set, they have different presentation, they may play a different set of songs. You can become too familiar with your client. So don't just because they keep hiring you because you're great, don't ever take it for granted. Come out with guns blazing every single presentation and be willing to go the extra mile, offer them something different. Because here's what's going to happen. People remember, especially the kind of speaker you are. You have a great brand. You're beautiful. So all the guys are going to be like, oh, I remember her. Yeah, the really fine attorney. And they're going to remember what you said. And if you repeat some shit, now they don't feel like they're getting value. So be willing to switch it up. So what I would do is same introduction of, hey, my name is Charlene. This is where I'm from. This is what we're going to do. Watch this. Do a recap. Hey, the last 2 times I was here, what we talked about was, unless you have different people in your audience, then be willing to change it up just a little bit. And you have to remember the people that you have in your audience. Take it from somebody who used to get booked repeatedly. McDonald's hire me all the time. Amtrak, they hire me over and over again to do a train-the-trainer. When they keep seeing your face, what do they say? Familiarity breeds contempt. It's almost like they start resenting you because I'm hearing the same thing. Now, I know if I have different people in my audience, I can deliver a solid presentation that I did before the management staff. But now I'm doing it in front of frontline employees. Now, the next time I may be doing it in front of C-suite executives. So what I would say is stick to the core basis of what you've been doing because it's been working and it's great. But if you got some people in your audience that were in your audience when you went to that company before, you might want to throw something different into the mix because what you say to people that have seen you speak before, the shit start getting stale. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, that's super, super good tip. So sorry, I maybe wasn't clear. So the client is the same as in the coordinator is the same, and they'll be sitting there for the 3rd time.
Okay.
But the audience has shifted. So it's a different group of C-suite. So the people that I'm giving the keynote to, they never heard me speak, but my client, the conference coordinator, they're going to hear me for the 3rd time. So I'm conscious of them because I also want to keep it impressing them. And I said, should I change anything? They were like, no, we love it. Do the exact same. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to not do the same.
Okay, no. So watch this. So
yeah,
that's a different circumstance. So
right.
listen to me carefully. She keeps hiring you over and over again. See, the audience is secondary. The one who writes the check, they are the most important person. Now, if she can sit up there, she said, okay, I remember this part in the presentation. Yeah, Charlene's really good. She understands that the presentation has value. That's why she keeps bringing you back. If your audience starts looking the same and you're delivering the same presentation to the same company, you're in trouble. But if the meeting planner is back there smiling and she's back there and she's happy, then we don't worry about that. We can let her listen to it 50 times as long as she keeps paying. But you be mindful of the different people that you have in your audience. When you have a repeat customer, it is very easy for us to take that customer for granted. I would never do that. Always go in service first, delivering that at a very high level. You are exceptional in that category. So I would just keep doing whatever you're doing. See, you're in such a flow right now. You've got enough coaching. We don't want to mess with the formula that you have right now for your clients until something goes wrong. So keep doing what you're doing and keep getting money. And by all means, keep showing up because you know we love you. Every time you show up, you just make it that much better.
Thank you. Have a great time on the 6th and good luck everyone showcasing. Sorry I can't make it, but I know I will soon. Lots of love from France.
Hopefully, Charlene, we'll see you in January. We'll be showcasing again. We love you much and keep doing your thing and keep getting those high fee speaking gigs, okay?
I will. Bye.
All right, talk to you real soon. My God, what it looks like when you put forth the effort. Now, if anybody else has any more questions, I'm going to do the last call for questions for anybody who is not showcasing. Because due to scheduling, my schedule and Austin's schedule, this is the only time that we could talk about the showcase. So I appreciate the majority of people showed up. I will try to make sure that Austin has this up tomorrow for anybody who missed it, so you can just run over it because I will not be repeating myself. Now, okay, One last call. Anybody else that has questions, I will be happy to answer those for you right now. If you want to send your questions in, technical questions about your sales funnel, about your marketing language outreach, about your messaging, your sales tools, what have you, send it to support@speakerfocus.com. Support@speakerfocus.com. We'd be happy to tackle the questions and answer them in detail like we always do. Now, for the students who are left behind, and this does not mean just because you're not showcasing on the 6th, you do not have to get off the call, because it's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to say in here that's going to have value for you as well. So what I would like to do is this. We're going to talk about the schedule. We're going to talk about any concerns you have about your messaging. We're going to talk about how you're going to conduct yourself at this showcase, what is expected out of you and what you can expect out of us. And then I'm going to just leave the floor open for any questions that you may have, and I will directly address those concerns. If you want to address some questions to myself or Austin, we are here for that as well. So one last time, if anybody else who is not showcasing on October the 6th has any questions that they want to ask right now, please ask them and we'll deal with it. If not, you can submit it to support@speakerfocus.com. Now, let's get into the fun. Well, you know what? This is Monday, so let's just deal with something that may be a concern of everybody's right now, just so we can get it out of the way. Okay? Charlene, the showcase dates are January 5th and the 6th. I will send you an email about those dates coming up as well. We'd love to have you at that showcase. If you don't have any tour dates or client dates to go going on at the time, we'd love to have you in the showcase. I'll send you the information over tonight. Now, let's deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's deal with the ugly first. So we are still in a state where we're dealing with the pandemic. Now, I'm just going to get it out here just for anybody who's feeling antsy. I know how Austin feels about the COVID. We've done that, whatever we could do to protect ourselves throughout it. I haven't had it. Austin has had it. Not a super bad case, but it was bad enough. That was probably like last year sometime or something. But one of our students who was going to showcase with us on October the 6th, which is in a couple of days, he just sent me a text and told me, unfortunately, he has some symptoms and he tested positive. Okay. So obviously he's not, for, COVID protocols, he's not going to be able to attend the showcase. I'm super disappointed, but he's going to be showcasing with us in January. All right. This is what happens in the time and space that we're in. We all have to be conscious of this. So I'm respectfully requesting all of you to, no matter if you're vaccinated or not, to us, it really doesn't matter, because I'm not squeamish over the pandemic. I never have been. I probably won't be. But everybody has a different view about what they feel about the pandemic, and none of us have been right. I don't care if you've been all the way over here, all the way over here. No, unless you're a medical professional, and they haven't even been right. We just simply don't know. So we're all coming together to show love, respect for each other, and support each other. That's what this event is all about. I'm respectfully requesting that you respect anybody else, whether or not they have a mask on or not, because I can't force you to put the mask on. And we don't have, DC is not mandatory that you have your mask on everywhere it's not that kind of COVID environment that we're in right now. Just keep yourself as safe as possible. And if you feel like you want to give yourself a test before, only if you're feeling symptoms, or after, fine, then do that. Do what you feel is best. And we're still going to have a great event. This is the kind of shit that happens when you want to do something spectacular. If it wasn't this, it's going to be something else. And believe me, it's all kinds of obstacles that are put into place. But let me tell you this, I can assure you, nothing's going to stop us from having a great event and putting on the best showcase for you as humanly possible. So we got past that. Before I move on, does anybody have any questions about your concern about COVID protocols, wearing a mask, not being vaccinated or not being vaccinated? If you want to talk to me about it, we can address it right now, because I'm not going to address it anytime after when we're at the event. If you want to hug me, hug me. If you want to shake hands, shake hands. If you got a mask on, I'm not going to be tripping. Is that good enough for everybody? If you want to ask me a question about it now, you can. If not, let's move on to the next topic on my agenda. Oh, by the way, the thing is blowing up, not necessarily with stuff over COVID, but I appreciate all the love and support everybody's showing. Okay, so now the next thing is, let's talk about a little surprise that I have. I was going to share with you at dinner, but I'm going to share it right now. So because of my strategic partnerships that we have at speakerfocus.com, this event is going to be streaming live in over 120 plus different countries. Roku, Hulu, and a whole bunch of other, streaming services. I have a partnership with a television network in the DMV area, and they will be streaming the red carpet interviews live and pieces of the event. Now, when we're finished with it, remember this, that we are shooting it documentary style. This is going to be like attending a Netflix taping. This is a controlled TV production environment. So please, you probably have never been to an event where you're going to see this many cameras in your face. Don't think about the cameras. You do your job and let the production crew do their job. You're talking about fire production people, engineers, sound, lighting technicians. We're talking about staging, lighting, sound. 5 people control the environment inside of the production area, which is the venue itself, inside the venue. It's going to be set up for 60 people. A lot of you are bringing guests. This is a controlled environment. So it's going to be some special VIP guests who are going to be invited locally. And then it's all of your guests, people that you're bringing with you. I'm respectfully requesting the people that you're bringing with you that they stay in the event and support you while you are speaking. And I'm asking you to sit down and support the other speakers. Why? Because of the production value. Everyone gets a standing ovation. I'll be going over some of this when I got the microphone in my hand, because I'm hosting the whole thing when we actually get there. But I want to remind you, your people that are coming, we need them in the audience for their support. We need you in the audience supporting. Everyone gets a standing ovation. Why is that? When you go to the Jay Leno show, well, Jay's not on TV, but when you go to the Tonight Show, they have signs that says applause. They let you know when they're going to go to commercial break. This is the kind of environment that this is going to be. So if you don't stand and applause the right way, if it's not a good look for the cameras, you're probably going to be asked to do it again. So you better bring some energy and some enthusiasm. This shit is going to be work. It's not going to be a celebration the entire time. Yeah, we're going to network before, and we're going to get that on camera. We're going to network afterwards. We're going to get that on camera. You're going to walk the red carpet. You're going to be asked to do things that's going to look good in post-production. So we don't have time for attitudes. I don't have time for you to lose patience, because this is going to be a long event. If anybody needs to be complaining, it's me, because I'm probably going to be giving out the most energy, because I have to host the event, and I have to introduce all of you. By the way, got another surprise for all of you. We are having some special guest speakers to come in. Sean Crane is coming in to be a special guest celebrity speaker. He's going to be our opening keynote. I'll go over the schedule and I'll send it to all of you tonight. We're having Dr. Amanda come in to talk to us about smart money habits. She's going to be coming in to speak right after we come back from the lunch break. We're also having Brian Majors, another special guest celebrity speaker, is going to be coming in to close us out. He's going to be talking about prepping yourself in a major way from Major Preparation LLC. We have some of the best subject matter experts in the world. I suggest you take notes. Oh, by the way, it's going to be an aisle and the tables are going to be set up on the side. So we're going to have some nice spacing. We don't want everybody clustered and sitting together. Now, your guests, obviously, we want them to sit with you, but we want to make sure that it's spread out. I may ask a couple, hey, slide over a seat or two. What I'm asking is your patience and you to be cooperative, because this taping is going to be done in such a way where it's going to benefit all of you. You're going to thank me when it's over. I just need you to go with the flow. Be patient, be respectful of everybody at the event. If the production team asks you to do something, please be cooperative and do it, because I'm not going to be telling you what to do the entire time. It's going to be, so you have to learn to take direction very well. Things are going to be moving very fast. We're going to be on a schedule. I'm the maestro of the entire event. I'm going to be keeping control of the time. So now, since I got that out the way, let me go over with you. Again, I will send you the order in which you speak. You don't have any control over that. I strategically have you speaking where I feel is going to be the most value, and I have the speakers clustered together for a reason. So there's no reason why you're first or last or after lunch or in the middle or at the beginning. The speaker roster was selected by me for a reason. I have it in order for a reason. Now, let me get to another thing. To add some extra value to the event, because you know me and Austin are all about finding more ways to add value, we are going to do a Q&A after every single performance. That means that you're going to showcase for 10 minutes, give me your best. Well, first of all, I'm going to do a Michael Buffer style introduction. That's why I asked you to send me a bio. Now I'm going to abbreviate your bio and take some snapshots from it. And I'm going to say what I want to say to give you the best introduction possible. I am not going to be reading your entire bio. That is not what this introduction is for. My introduction is going to get you on a whole nother level. So let me do my thing. I asked you for the information that you felt was important so I could take snapshots from that and give you the simple introduction, but very powerful. You're going to come on after I bring you up to the stage, and you're going to do your 10 minutes and you're going to showcase. When you close out your presentation, you are going to stay on stage. I'm going to come back on stage with the microphone, and we're going to open up Q&A questions for the audience. Now, your colleagues and anyone else in the audience is going to ask you questions about your expertise. If I see it getting out of control, I'm going to wrap the Q&A. If I see that we have a nice dialogue, then we're going to let it go. It's going to only last for maybe 2 to 5 minutes per Q&A. I just want to get a couple of questions. You standing in your authority after you finish speaking, I want to ask you how you felt about your performance, number one. And then I'm going to, if anybody else from the audience doesn't have questions, I'm going to ask you questions. So again, let me be the celebrity talk show host that I am and paint you in the best light possible. I got you. I know exactly what to ask you and how to facilitate so you can look at your best. So remember, when you finish showcasing, I'm going to come back on stage with you and we're going to do a short Q&A. Another surprise. So you've never been able to ask me and Austin questions live before. We're going to do a short mastermind for about 15 to 20 minutes right before lunch. I'm going to bring Austin up on stage with me, and you're going to ask us as many questions as you like in person, and we're going to get that on video while we are in the session. We're going to have some restroom breaks. So you're going to get a chance to go to the restroom. I don't need you running around like little kids talking about, I got to go to the bathroom. So you might want to reduce your water intake. And I don't want to hear anything from you fitness coaches reduce your water intake prior to the event. So you don't have to keep running back and forth to the bathroom, because guess what? We don't want a lot of people exiting while we are taping. I hope I'm making myself clear, because I don't want to have to call anybody out on the mic. Obviously, if it's an emergency, obviously go handle your business. But I'm going to give you a restroom break so you don't have to cut out doing somebody else's performance. You gotta have some discipline at this event. It's not about you. It's about us. This is about team. We did this event for all of us, not just for us. Now, a lot of you have been sending me emails, text messages about messaging. So I'm going to address that last, because I got a feeling some people are going to want me to help them with their messaging, which I don't have a problem with doing that. Something else I want to address is going to be the dinner at Morton's. That's Wednesday evening, 6 to 9 p.m. Morton's closes at 9. I'm making a respectful request here, because I've had to practice this years and years and years. I don't know how much alcohol you like or what your drink minimum is, but anybody that does business with me needs to conduct themselves as a professional at all times. So if you feel like 3 is pushing it and you're going to get sloppy, that after the event, when we're trying to take a picture or somebody's trying to have a conversation with you, or one of your colleagues that's been following you and they've been dying to ask you a question, but you're too sloppy because you've had too many drinks, that is not going to be a good look for you, and it's not going to be a good look for us. So if you can cap it off with maybe with a cocktail, 1 glass of wine, and nurse it the entire night, that will be great for me. And I also need you being on point, because this event begins at 9 a.m. Now, I purposely moved the red carpet celebrity interviews until last, because I literally got blasted by the beautiful women who are on this platform who needed their hair and makeup done. So I consulted with Auston. Auston was like, you know what? They got a great point. So I moved the red carpet interviews back until the event is over. Event is over at 4:30. We go right into the red carpet interviews. When the event is over, do not wander around in the lobby. I will have a list. I will be plucking you off. Somebody will be there to assist me, saying that it's your turn to come up. You watch this. It's going to be a piece of red carpet there. The camera guys are going to get you walking the red carpet. You don't have to do nothing elaborate. Just do what I'm requesting. Walk the red carpet, come back and stand. It's going to be an X right there next to you. Do not move off the X. And also, Austin's going to come in there and take pictures. This is a control set. So you're going to be asked to do things for a reason. Please, when we ask you to do something, get in position, smile. We're going to take multiple pictures, boom. That way we're getting all the content that we need. You probably have never been to an event of this magnitude before. Not that it's going to be super big. That's not the point. The point is you probably have never attended an event that's going to require your ass to be camera ready all the time and ask you to do, you're going to think that you're a model when this thing is over. And you're probably going to be tired. Good for you. But the content that you're going to get out of this is going to change your fucking career. And I guarantee you that. So just let the production team do their job and you do yours. All right, now we got COVID protocols out the way. We got scheduling. You're going to be doing a Q&A. Austin's, we're going to be doing a mastermind. So you didn't know any of this, but I built it all into the schedule for a reason. Because you need the content and so do we. Now, before we get into the messaging, let me open up the floor for anybody who would have any questions or concerns, and I'll be happy to get to them right now. Before we get into messaging, anybody to have any other questions other than messaging? I'm going to get to the messaging and give it a blanket statement. In other words, what your opening should be like, what you should be focusing on, which you better be delivering your signature programs, or I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna bum rush you on the stage. Don't make me give you that look. You should be delivering the value that you design in your signature programs that we help you with. This is a Class A professional event. We are going to capture you delivering the 3 P's to success as found in module number 1. You are going to be polished. You are going to be poised, and you are going to be professional. Now, I see Dr. J has her hand raised first. Samantha, I'll be right with you. And then Rafa Escobar, I see your hand up. I'll be right with you. Hey, Dr. J, how are you this evening? Can you hear me?
Well, how are you?
Hey, Dr. J, I'm doing great.
Good. You look good.
Thank you.
I wanted to get the protocol for the event because you mentioned that you changed the red carpet.
Yes, that's
So-
happening in the evening now, early
Right.
evening. The event ends at 4:30. So as soon as we finish with the event and the last speaker, we're going to, well, probably everybody will just probably stay in the room. We may take a quick restroom break, and then we're all going to convene over by the red carpet area. And then everyone's going to walk the red carpet. And it's going to take some time because we have to do it obviously individually. We have to have you walk the red carpet. I have to do my interview with you, which is going to be about 2 to 5 minutes. I'm going to ask you some very strategic questions about your brand. We're going to get that on camera. And then we're going to take still shots. One with me. You're going to get one with Auston by yourself. You're going to get one with both of us. And then you're going to cycle out and then be there for the next speaker. I would like everybody who's doing red carpet interviews to stay around because we're going to take a group shot after it's over.
So what time will we begin in the morning?
We're going to
If we're
start.
not-
We're going to start the event at 9 a.m. That's when the first speaker goes on.
Okay.
Yep, right around 9 a.m. And I'm going to get the schedule. So you're going to see a rough time estimate of what we're going to achieve. You're going to know exactly around the time you're going to be performing. Dr. J, I can tell you, you are in the first set. Actually, you are the first speaker after Sean Crane. I got you up first for a reason.
So, okay.
At
So-
9 a.m.
so
Sean is
I-
speaking. I'm sorry, you're probably going to be somewhere in between 9:30, I think, and 10. But Sean is speaking first.
Okay, I just wanted to, the other question I had was, I'm trying to figure out how to get my makeup to last till 4 o'clock.
You know what, Dr. J, if you need to take a break on the breaks, or that will be a great time, because watch this. If you need to go touch your makeup up, any of the women, I could just do the guys. I can interview the guys first and then do the women last.
Okay. So for the song that we selected,
Yes.
you said that you would introduce us first, and then will the song play then?
Yes, the song, as soon as I finish my introduction,
Mhm.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Dr. Teresa Jones. And then the music is going to cue, the DJ is going to play the music, and then you're going to come up on stage.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so how much will he play? And just till you get there?
no, exactly. Just enough for you to take your spot, sit on the stage, for you to start your presentation. He's going to bring the volume down, and it's showtime.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I got you sent me your song, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I got to send over the songs to the DJ tonight,
Mhm.
and he'll have all of that stuff ready. I'm going to have a meeting with the production team prior to, so they understand this is going to be a very tight schedule. I don't want anybody to panic because we got it all under control, and we've done it before. Not with our students, but we've done events before, and I've been associated with tons of them. So my production hat is going to be on big time. If you want to see how somebody produces television, it'll be a free class going on at the taping of this event.
Wow.
And it's going to
Okay.
be well organized as well. And it's all
Mhm.
done for you. We're going to have some, I'm talking killer content after this thing is over, not just from your performance.
Mhm.
See, you're going to have shots of you networking with each other, of us, those organic moments where you're shaking hands. Some of you have never met Auston. Some of you never met me. Some
Right.
of you I have met. Simone, we had dinner with Simone. We had lunch with Simone when we were in Texas. Some of you we haven't seen in a while, but some of you we've never met in person. And as soon as that connect, that's going to be on camera.
So we'll be taking pictures on Wednesday night as well, right?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
bringing that celebrity photographer Mike Ware.
Mhm.
Mike just finished shooting the BET Awards. So
Okay.
Mike worked with me on a lot of celebrity events. Mike is coming to shoot the dinner. I mean, you know, we can't do a lot, but we can do enough. We're gonna document the dinner as well. And obviously, you're all welcome to take pictures with your phones, and that's why it's there.
Mhm. Okay.
Any other question?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right, Dr. J, love you. Can't wait to see you. All of it's going to be all under control. Ladies, I got you all. I got it all under control. Don't worry about it. If you need to take a restroom break to touch up your makeup before your red carpet interview, you take your time. I can interview the guys while you're in there touching up your face. No problem. Okay, now let me disable Dr. J's talking and Samantha, talk to me.
All right, happy Monday, everyone. So good information thus far. So is there an actual timer in the room, or are you the timer?
I'm the timer. I'm the gatekeeper. I'm going to be letting you know when it comes time. I'm gonna put the little 3-minute symbol up like that. I'm gonna put 1 minute. More importantly, when you see the 1 minute, you need to start wrapping up your presentation. This is the reason why I want to go over it with you tonight. So many of you don't have to panic. See, what you don't want to do is get caught up in telling your story because you got 10 minutes. What you want to do is take the best parts from your story, take the best parts from your signature programs, connect with those key takeaways and those sound bites and those power phrases, and then let us do the best we can do to capture that. And then the editing is going to get the very best of what you have in 10 minutes. But when I say a minute, you don't be standing up there acting like you don't want to get off the stage. You got to start wrapping your presentation up. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to give a powerful opening, how to present, and then give you a strong closing. Take your bow. Me, I take a bow every single time I finish speaking. You can do that if you like, or you can exit stage either left or right. We have a staging and production manager. One of our coaching students, Michael Towers, is the production manager. Michael's he's running the entire event inside the room along with his 5 or 6 people on his team. So if Michael tells you to exit stage left. He's going to be micing all of you up before you get up on stage. And when you come off stage, give up your microphone. He's probably going to have the lavaliers rotating. I'm speaking with a handheld, and Austin's probably going to have a handheld when he gets on stage with me. Any other questions, Sam?
Nope, that was it. Thanks.
Okay, Sam, if you want to jump back in or ask me another question about messaging, as soon as I finish up with these other preliminary questions, we're going to jump into messaging because that is the text and the email that I've been getting the most. So you're more than welcome to jump back in when we talk about the messaging.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Always a pleasure to have you here, Sam. Okay, let me see. Okay, Rafa. Mr. Escobar, how you feeling this evening?
I'm doing great, Kev. How you doing?
You know, Rafa, my weight loss is kind of a big deal right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel too good, bro, but I'm just excited, man. I gotta be thankful for, bro. That's all. Yeah,
bro, that excitement can be channeled as humility. Just take it, own it, every step, every day. There's not a reason why you can't feel this good literally every single day. You know what I mean? So
I'm
keep doing it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the calls that you gave me too, bro, and the support. And I gotta thank Dr. J as well, Samantha, all of the health and wellness professionals on our platform. My God, have you been a blessing to me. Even a year ago, 3 months ago, you're always supporting me. And those conversations really helped me put a lot of things into perspective. Rafa, just like the conversation I had with you a couple of weeks ago about you telling me to incorporate some oatmeal and some berries and stuff in there as one of my meals before I eat my final meal. Definitely. Yo, bro, that helped me trim off another 3 pounds from the last time I talked to you.
Yeah, that's what, and that's all I hear is action. And there's literally nothing that gets me more excited than action. I'm like, this guy is getting it. You know what I mean?
Yep. And the intermittent fasting. Somebody just put fasting in there. Absolutely. I'm doing a 12-hour fast.
Yeah.
Robert tells me as soon as I come off the fast, to break the fast, you need to have fruit, obviously, and some water, you know, to come off of it. And then he gave me a couple other tips. He told me I was doing a lot of good things, but I want you to incorporate this and this. I did it, and I lost another 3 pounds. Now, that may not seem a lot, but you got a pound is a win when you've been overweight for a long period of time and you've been dealing with high blood pressure. So I'll take it, brother. Thank you. Yeah. What's your question or your comment, Rafa?
Absolutely, Kev. I just had a question on the detail of coming down. So at the 9 a.m. when we're entering and when we come into where we're going to be doing this, can we bring a backpack? Do we bring anything? Like, what's protocol there in terms of what we can bring into the room, like a water bottle or things like that to take a note? What's your recommendation?
Great question. They're probably going to have, the hotel staff is going to have a water station. They're probably going to have stuff for you to write with on the table. Remember, the tables are going to be set up probably on an angle, and then it's going to be an aisle, right? Okay. Obviously, we don't want anything blocking the area of the staging in the aisle because the production crew is going to be in the back with the camera, right? So it's probably going to be stuff to write with. So you're probably not going to see that if you bring in a bag, or obviously ladies with their purses, that it's going to be on the chair, or it can be on the floor. That's probably not going to be a challenge from a technical standpoint. And I'd recommend all of you, you probably need to get down there like an hour early, because I know I'm going to see you at dinner, but also I'm going to be out there early so we can all capture some footage and we can network and we can talk prior to the event. Listen, me and Austin, we hire people and pay them a lot of money so they can run stuff on the inside. All the guys are going to be set up the night before. All I'm going to have to do is, I already know what I got to do. I'm going to be practicing on how I want to introduce all of you, so I can make sure I got the right state you're from. I got your brand right, your acronym, whatever it is that's important to you. I'm going to say that in your introduction, and I'm going to make sure that I do everybody's introduction is going to have a little flair, because I'm going to say something in your introduction about how I feel about each one of you based upon the relationship that we've had with you, which for everybody showcasing has been outstanding. That's why this is going to be special. You ain't going to never have no introduction like this before. So we're going to make sure we capitalize on all of that. That's what this whole thing is about. That's the specialness of this event. We can't do it without you, because you're the reason why we're in business. Now we want to show our appreciation, and we're pulling out all this additional value, all of the extra talents and skills that we have, because that's what we do for you all the time. But it's a live event. So what we want to make sure it's done right. So Rafa, I'm not going to say, hey man, leave your backpack in there or leave your water in there, because, you know, Rafa, you probably drink a kind of special HP water. I get it. It's okay. You want to bring your own beverage? Bring your own beverage. No problem.
All right. Perfect. Hey, thank you for that. I know how to come down, and I'm excited. I'll be there bright and early. I'm gonna be out there early, because I wanna make sure that my guys are capturing everybody when they walk in. I want to see everybody. Oh man, yeah, when everybody looks nice and all dressed up, man, it just makes you feel special. Yeah. I love it. Man. Everybody's gonna look good. I can't wait. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait either. All right, remember, if you got any questions, I'm not going anywhere. If you got questions about messaging, I'm going to cover that right after. Let me see. Who else has a question that they have? Simone. Tanta, if you're not showcasing, I apologize, but the time to ask questions for those who were not showcasing, and you may have come early. So this segment right here is only for people that are showcasing, coming to DC to speak live with us on our stage October the 6th. If you have a question or a comment, please send it to support@speakerfocus.com, and we'll be happy to get to you. I'm so glad that you are still engaged on the platform, by the way. We're going to go to Simone. Simone, talk to me.
Simone, you still there?
Yes. Hello, KTR. I am so excited to be going to the showcase. I am really excited.
Simone, we get a chance to see each other again.
I'm excited. Did you say we have a microphone or no? We're not going to hold the microphone.
No, you're not going to have a handheld microphone. So,
Okay.
You're going to, everyone's going to have a lavalier microphone. So it's going to clip on to either your blazer jacket or either somewhere on your business suit.
Okay.
Or lapel. Probably it's going to click there. So the production team will, you got to give them a good place to put it. Ladies, you know, above the breast, probably somewhere up here, but they are very professional. So you'll be mic'd up before you go on stage. I'm the only person that's going to have a handheld microphone.
Okay. And then my second question
Unless,
is,
wait a minute. Unless you request that you want to perform with a handheld, we can make that possible. But because the audio is going to be running into the camera, into the live feed to the camera anyway. So a lavalier typically is customary, so you can use your hands when you present. But some people, they like having a handheld. I prefer a handheld over a lavalier. When I'm hosting, I want to have the handheld, but I'm probably going, they may put a lavalier on me as well as the handheld. So if anybody got any special requests and you have to have the handheld, email me so I can send it to Michael. But the standard is the lavalier microphone, not the handheld. Got any other questions?
so we won't be behind a podium. We are just free to walk around.
Yeah, we have already set the podium on fire. It will not be there because you don't need it. We want to see you. We want to see you commanding the stage. The podium is blocking us from you. Simone, why would we want to do that?
Okay.
Why would we not want to see you? And a podium doesn't look the best from a production standpoint.
Okay.
Does that make sense? We want you walking around. See, when you're walking around, watch this. Stage right, you're moving with authority. What they call it, moving with purpose. It looks like you're going somewhere when you're stage right. It looks like you're going somewhere when you're stage left. Now they're getting all that on camera.
Okay.
It's going to be other guys real close, getting that close-up footage. They're going to have a wide shot. They're going to have other shots. We're going to edit all of that. Now, we can't get all of that, but you're standing behind the podium, and that's why the podium will not be there.
Okay, then I'll be ready to go.
Got you. Do you have any other questions or comments?
No, that's it.
No problem. Dr. J just had a great question, everyone. The name of the room that we will be performing in is called the Commonwealth Room. I will make sure I send that over I'll put that on top of the schedule. The schedule is going to be in a Google spreadsheet. And at the top, I'll put the Commonwealth Room. I'm going to type it into the chat right now so you all will have it. It's called the Commonwealth Room at the DoubleTree Hotel. It's located on the bottom level of the hotel. Super easy to find. In the lobby where you check in, by the way, take the escalator down. As soon as you come off the escalator, the Commonwealth Room is right over there. Hook a hard right, and we're right over there in the corner. That's the Commonwealth Room. I just put it in the chat. That's the room we're going to be in. Let me see who else has a question. Simone, did you have any other questions or comments?
No, I'm fine. That's all.
See you at Morton's on Wednesday evening, Simone.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me see. Kenyatta King. What's up, KK? What's going on? Can you hear me? Kenyatta, can you hear me? Hello.
Okay, I hear you now. I had to unmute. Hey, KTR, how are you?
I'm doing super fantastic. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I have a question because I have to give handouts to do my little demonstration.
Yes,
my
you did tell me that. I think that is a great idea. That's something from a visual standpoint, Kenyatta, would be very great for the showcase. So go ahead.
So how do I get the handouts? Do I bring them down that morning or do I give them to you the night before how do I do it?
Okay, this is what we can do. You can show up early because the room is already going to be set up. The production crew is going to be in the room probably 7 a.m. I'm probably going to get down there probably around 8 a.m. I'm probably going to be down there a little bit early just to be able to check in, but those guys know what they're supposed to be doing. We're going to have the room set up the night before. Now, remember, it's going to be tables and something to write with on every table. So what you can do is you can leave the handouts. You can maybe get 30 to 40 handouts and put them on a table because you want the audience to do an interactive exercise during your presentation. Is that correct?
Yes. So do I put one on each table?
You can put several on each table if you like.
Okay.
It all
Okay,
depends on how
perfect.
many people are sitting there, but that's cool with us.
Okay. And then we'll also need ink pens. So I'll just put a blue and black ink pen and a piece of paper on each table.
That's fine. If you want to bring all that stuff with you, that just makes it easier to make sure that with the vision that you see in your head is going to get carried out. That way, watch this. If the hotel forgets to put pens out, even though I know they have the pens, but let's say they don't put the pens out, they don't put anything to write with, you got it all under control. Now, the only thing I need you to do is to make sure that you have this plan out, which it sounds like you do. And I love your creativity because I used to do stuff like this when I showcase as well. I would just incorporate something in there. And the guy asked me, I had everybody stand up one time and break them up into groups. Now that showcase was 15 minutes. He was like, he said, Kevin, how the hell are you going to do that? I said, don't worry about it. I have everybody do their exercise and everybody sat down. It was about 14 minutes and some change. He couldn't believe it. So if you got it all planned out what you want to do in 10 minutes, I'm all for it.
Okay, perfect. I got it.
It's the visuals for me. The fact that you got the balls to pull something off like this during your showcase, guess what? It just makes it that much better. See, interaction. Obviously, you're interacting with the audience. You know what's going to happen when the meeting planner sees that you're interacting with the audience and you got them doing a call and response kind of thing? That ain't nothing but money right there. That's how I made my living. Because when I perform, you're going to say something because you just can't help yourself because I'm that good. Hey, God, I can't wait to see you on stage.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to get there.
Yes. You got any other questions or comments?
Nope, that's it. Just making sure my paperwork get there.
There you go. Hey, just bring it with you and you can do whatever you want, place it wherever you like. Prior to the event, just get there a little bit early so we're not waiting to the last minute.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Okay, Kenyatta, appreciate you so much. Man, the level of professionalism at this thing is going to be insane. Hey, look, I'm putting all the guys on notice right now. Dr. J, Kenyatta, Simone, Vernice, Samantha. Let me tell you something. Guys, I suggest that you get some extra sleep and that you do something to bring the pain. Because I'm telling you right now, all the women that we got showcasing, I'm telling you right now, they silent assassins. Kenyatta's going to do the call and response. See, that's preparation. Oh, man, I love it. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this. Oh, okay, Vernice. Vernice, is there an elevated? Yes, Vernice, there is an elevated stage. The staging area is going to be, I believe it's 10 by 12, and it will be elevated. And it's going to be the aisle is going to be straight with no blockages. So you're going to have a clear direct, the camera's going to have a clear direct sight to the stage. I don't know which area we're going to exit off of. I don't know if you're going to enter center stage or stage left or right. But again, we have to work that out from a production standpoint. If I can, because I haven't seen the stage or the riser, so I can't say that right now. But as soon as that's easy. If you see it in the center, you know you got to come into the center, left or right, same thing. I'm thinking it's probably going to be left. It's probably going to be if you are facing the stage, or if you're facing the audience, it's going to be stage right. That's probably where it's going to be. All right. And okay, so Samantha, did you have another question or did I not put your hand down?
No, you didn't put my hand down, but relative to the stage, real quick. So,
Yeah.
as far as like, are there going to be placements? I know sometimes with the production, there's places that you should not go depending on the room setup. Are there going to be indicators on the floor?
Yeah, it's probably, it's gonna be some, it's definitely gonna be some, I'll go over some house rules production wise before we start the taping that I need to, again, it's gonna be like a more of a situational awareness. I can't give you that information right now, but when I see the room and the landscape of the room and how everything is set up, especially for women who are coming up on the staging area and you got heels on. The reason why I have the adhesive mat on the back of the red carpet is because I want to make sure nobody trips. We got to think about all this kind of stuff. So yeah, when we get there, the production manager is going to tell me, this is what I need from all of the speakers, or either Michael is going to get on the headset and he's gonna tell everybody what needs to happen, or he'll come up stage and do it himself. Between the both of us, we'll go over all those protocols about staging, about how he wants you to enter, all that kind of stuff before we start taping. And remember, it's not going to be like, since it is a controlled environment, the good thing is that we can pause, take a break. For instance, if I mess up on my introduction for anybody, I'm gonna do that shit over. I'm not gonna make
you time too.
I'm gonna hold myself accountable as well. I'm gonna be like, nah, that wasn't fire enough. If I feel like the audience isn't giving the right kind of energy to the speaker, that we feel like we need to get on camera, you're gonna do that shit again. So when you clap like you got some sense. Clap like you respect the other speaker. Clap like it was good. Because, and none of the talent that we putting on our stage, none of you could have made the cut if you weren't good. We ain't putting those sappy, weak talent on the stage. All you got to do is just do what you do. You got any other questions?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna give one last go round for any questions that you may have about the showcase in specific. If we haven't covered them, then Bernice said heel-friendly mats and stages. Exactly. That's exactly right. You don't want a bunch of cords and stuff around. You don't want a bunch of, that stuff needs to be taped down. So the production crew is going to go over all of that. And we're going to make sure that we got somebody on the stage in case, women, if your heels are a little higher than normal, it's okay. We'll have somebody help you with those couple of steps that you got to go up and down. It's not a problem. Going to be a bunch of gentlemen around willing to help you. All right. Now, if anybody has any additional questions about showcasing that we did not cover before we get to the messaging, the floor is open right now for all those who are going to be showcasing October the 6th. Okay. Dr. J has another question. And then after these set of questions come to a close, I'm going to go into what your messaging should look like. Now, I'm just giving you a baseline to go off of. So if you already have a way in which you want to deliver your presentation and you feel comfortable with that, as long as you're talking about your signature programs, pretty much, I don't give a damn what you do, as long as it looks professional. Yes, Bernice, I'm going to send you the speaker lineup after this session, Zoom session. I'm going to email, I'm going to share a Google sheet, a Google worksheet that's going to have the Commonwealth room at the top, and it's going to have the entire speaker roster in order and time that you will be going on stage. When the breaks are going to occur, when we're taking lunch, when the event is over, when the red carpet, I got it all timed out on a spreadsheet. I will send all of that when this is over. Dr. J has a question. I got to get to that real quick. Dr. J?
Yes, I know this may sound silly, but I wanted to ask a question. Let's just say that we're on the carpet or we're being taped, and let's say our hair, a piece of our hair is sticking up. Will the camera people say, like pat your hair down or something, or will they just take you the way you are,
No, I'm going to say, Dr. J,
Okay.
got a hair out of place. Let's step to the side before we get that on camera.
Okay.
I'm going to be looking, I'm going to be looking at every single thing. If you got a piece of lint on you, I'm going to say, get that off before. If for some
Okay.
reason, don't worry about it. I will always be there to guide you. If you mess up the first part of your interview, remember, we're taping. We can always start over and be like, no, you know what, let's do that again. I would prefer, I'm the type of person, I like it to feel organic. So I like to just jump in. I know somebody sent me an email to say, hey, KTR, when you interview us, is it going to be some pre-scripted questions? No, you're not getting any pre-scripted questions. I don't want you to know what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you stuff about your brand and about your expertise. Remember, I'm the celebrity talk show host. You are the celebrity. Let me do my job so I can make you look great.
Okay.
So if a hair is out of place, Dr. J, as real as I keep it with you, in these sessions, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? She has a little shine on her forehead. Dr. J, can you go fix that? And we're not going to have a makeup artist on site. But if you want to step to the side to take care of hair, makeup, any type of irregularities, if a button's out of place, whatever, I'm going to give you the once over before I do the interview to make sure that all of that is right. I'm gonna be watching every single thing. Listen, don't look at me as your speaker coach. I'm a TV producer. I'm going to be producing in production mode, me and my entire team. So anything that's out of place, I'm going to say, you know what? Because if it looks bad on camera, then we're going to either stop, take a quick correction, and then we're going to jump right back into the program.
Okay.
You ain't got to stress. I got it all under control. Any other questions, Dr. J?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Okie doke, no problem. So let's get into the messaging. Wait a minute. I got somebody put something in the chat. Let me see if I can. Is that the private chat? Or no, I got it. Okay. All right, now I'm going to see if Auston can get this video up tomorrow and have it on our platform so it will be available to you so that you, for those who need it, you can look at a format. I said a format, not the format, because you still have to be you. Like, you know what you're doing. You know your signature programs. You know your story. You know your experience. I want you to speak about that. I want a lot of speaking from the gut. Now, before I get into the messaging, here's what I don't want. And here's what you need to keep in mind. I don't want it to feel like we are at a church revival. And I'm not trying to break anybody off with any disrespect, but this is a professional environment. The reason why you are getting the footage and I'm instructing you the way I am is because I want you to have footage to show a meeting planner who will book you at the $5,000+ level. And many of you either don't have, or you have a very small amount of footage that's not good in front of an audience of professionals. Other business professionals need your help. So keep that in mind. I don't want your presentation to be mired in some bullshit motivational dialogue. If that's all you're going to have, you might as well keep your ass at home. Now, the reason why you were extended the invitation to showcase is because I know that you're better than that. So since I know you're better than that, I don't want you breaking the protocol. Please do not. Watch this. I'm gonna show you exactly what I don't want you to do. Well, the lavalier microphone is right here. For those of you who do want the handheld, don't eat the microphone. This is what eating the microphone is. Don't put your hand over the microphone like this because it distorts the sound. If you have the lavalier is right there for a reason, because you can't get your chin down there and eat the microphone. So if you're going to talk loud, do it at strategic moments in your presentation. That's controlling your vocal dynamics. Sometimes you hear me get really, really soft-spoken with my tone of voice. And then sometimes you will hear me say, the reason why you need to do this, ladies and gentlemen, is controlling the height of your voice, accuracy, cadence, vocal dynamics, the pitch, the resonance, all of it. You need to make your voice sound full, strong, authoritative, not sloppy, loud, and motivational. Keep that in mind. I'm not telling you don't be passionate. I'm telling you, bring the passion, bring the fire. If you want to get technical, when I showcase, I act like it's a rap battle. I act like the person who is showcasing with me is trying to take food off of my table. Now, if you want to make it a friendly little competition, we can do that as well, because all of you are competitive and I know it. So guess what? You want to bring a little competitive edge to the showcase? Bring it. That's just better production value. But do not, strictly do not rely heavily on some weak motivational dialogue. So in order to remedy that, here's what I want you to do. Introduction is very important. Shoulders back, chin up, present yourself with confidence. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin T. Robertson. I'm from the beautiful state of Maryland. Today, I'm here on this stage to talk to you about leadership strategies that magnify success. I am going to talk to you today about how you can become a better leader. You can take your vision, make it more clear. You can also attack your goals with force, take action to get better results. That's your opening. My name, where I'm from, and I'm here to kick ass. That's what you should do when you open up. If some of you want to say, I'm here to kick ass, that's okay too. But whatever you do, leave the nerves at home and leave the nerves off stage. You prepare properly. You were built for this moment that we are creating for you. Some of you have done it before. Introduction. This is who I am. It's my name. It's my title to your signature programs, or your mainstay headline, I should say. 5 words is all you need to say. Why am I asking you to do that? Just as sure as I'm sitting here, somebody is sitting there right now saying, well, damn, I have my own introduction. I don't give a damn about your introduction right now. I'm telling you, say your name and where you're from. I teach blank, blank, blank that do blank. Because why do I want you to do that? Because that's the part when the meeting planner sees that, it's going to get their attention in 2 seconds. That's the reason why I want you saying, hi, my name is, I'm from. Today, the topic that I will be speaking about is boom, 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 boom. That's it. Thank you, Arletta, because I already gave you the introduction, so there's no need to do that. I'm glad you brought that up. You do not need to tell us about your credentials. You know what you're doing? Taking time away from your showcasing time, telling us how great you are. I don't give a damn about your credentials in the beginning. What I want you to do, say your name, say where you're from, and get into your mainstay headline. I teach leadership strategies that magnify success, period. Then, watch this. The next thing you're going to jump into, remember, do not jump into a long history of your credentials. I graduated summa cum laude from that. We don't give a damn about none of that shit. What I do care about is this. I want you to speak to your target buyer who controls the budget. So all you have to do, just integrate this into your presentation. I know, watch this. This is an example of what I want you to do. The pandemic has really been difficult on us all, and I realize that. Well, as I've been talking to my clients, I have been on a mission to help my clients understand how to see their goals clear, how to organize their focus, and how to make sure that they can achieve next level success. Today, I'm going to give you 2 tips of how to do that. Before I get into the tips, what I want to talk to you about is, this is something that I've learned by helping my clients through the pandemic. And you're going to share the value that you have in your messaging about what you can do to get people better results. So today, I'm here to give you some key takeaway strategies. I'm here to help you achieve your desired outcomes and all of your learning objectives. I'm also here as a valuable resource. Forget about me being an expert. I'm here to serve you at the highest level possible. Now, I'm going to take pages out of my personal playbook. I'm going to show you how you can not be focused. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you don't have any clarity, when you can't see your goals clear. I used to be the king of chaos and an icon of inconsistency and the president of procrastination. Today, my 2 tips are going to teach you how to be a better leader. Tip number 1 is, remember, as you are delivering your tip, I want you to remember the art and science behind delivering the message. If you need to reference it before the showcase, I want you to go back to module number 1 in the art and science behind delivering the message. Go back to KTR's mechanics of communication. The next thing should be on your mind is make a point, open up the point, make an example of the point, bring closure to the point, transition and pivot right into the next point. Now, at this stage in my presentation, I'm clocking it in my head. I'm already 3, pushing 4 minutes into my presentation with everything that I just said. See, now what I want to do when I get around the 4-minute mark, and you got to feel this shit, everyone. You got to feel how much time you have. Don't be playing no games with it. Keep a clock in your head. So right around the pushing the 4-minute mark, now I'm coming up on. So remember I talked to you about clarifying your goals, organizing your focus. Well, what I learned is that every single time when I didn't have a plan, I wasn't organized. When I was organized, I was able to stay on target and on track, and I was able to achieve a higher ratio of success as long as I was able to write down my goals. So making a point. So tip number 1 is the first thing to do to stay organized is you got to be able to get rid of anything you don't need. That is people, toxic relationships. It takes people on average 10 to 15 minutes every single day looking for misplaced files. What about your keys? What about a phone number that you forgot about that you didn't log into your contacts? What about all these minutes and seconds that we waste that are precious and valuable? We are losing these seconds because we are not prepared. 1 minute worth of planning saves you 10 minutes worth of doing. So the first thing I want you to do to organize your focus is I want you to have a plan. What does it take to have a plan? Your average person can accomplish 7 to 10 things throughout the body of one workday. 7 to 10. You are not Superman or Superwoman. So have a to-do list the night before so you can hit the ground running. See it first and then do it. Execution is very, very key to you staying organized. Tip number 1, organization. Tip number 2 is you have to go about your goals and you have to be in attack mode at all times. What does it take? You got to be tenacious. I mean, you got to be a dog when you wake up every single day, like somebody trying to take your food away from you. You got to attack your goals with force. Anything in life you do not meet with greater or equal force, it's going to steamroll right over top of you. So what does it take to be tenacious? You got to wake up every single day with a sense of purpose. Strong sense of leadership. Purpose gives you a sense of direction. You show me a company who is profitable. You show me a company that has excellent leadership at the grassroots customer service level. You show me a company that experiences high levels of productivity, knows how to overcome failures, knows how to deal with the challenges and obstacles that they deal with on a day-to-day basis. You show me a company like that that's successful. They have overcome obstacles. They know how to attack their goals because they are tenacious. They are relentless. They do not let up. They know how to achieve results, ladies and gentlemen, because it's all about input versus the output. So I'm going to leave you with this. I want you to think about what it's going to take to make you a more organized leader. What is it going to take to make you a more tenacious leader? What is it going to take for you to have an extremely valuable succession planning model? Because you're not a real leader unless you pour into other people. You're not a real leader unless you plant some seeds so the next generation has your level of success. We're all in it together. No matter where you are in this pandemic, no matter where your company is, I want to let you know that the services that we provide at my organization is here to empower you, uplift you with the right kind of skills, tools, tips, techniques, so you can attack your goals with force. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my absolute pleasure to be of service to you. I am Kevin T. Robertson, America's leading focus expert. Thank you so much for your time. God damn, I'm simply the best you've ever seen in your entire life. I will leave the floor open for questions. You're very welcome. Listen, am I showcasing? I was in a whole nother different zone. I'm back now, everyone. I'm back. See, it was a whole nother different kind of KTR that I just showed you. Y'all need to stop playing with me. If anybody has any questions about the way I just delivered that, which was right around 10 minutes worth of content. So if you have any questions about it, or you need help with your presentation, now is the time. Other than that, we are going to wrap the Q&A. Okay, so Samantha has a question or a comment. Sam?
All right, so great job, but you do this all the time, so really no stress off your back. So for the other people who are doing this, so the thing with this one is that like we're sharing our signature programs. So on average, each of us have 4. So I already outlined mine and I've been practicing it and I share all 4. So like last week, I walked you through like what my thought process was and what the flow was.
Yes.
Like I got it now, like to where it's like right under 10. But I guess, I mean, you didn't share 4. You're making a point in closing it where I feel like with mine, I start out and I share and I make some points and then I get into the programs. When I get into the programs, I'm really just taking some of the verbiage from the signature program,
Right.
And then I'm leaving them with like a tip to
Right.
be able to implement for each one.
Right.
Like that's my approach with it without you doing this now. And like I kind of like to prepare. So
I love that approach. I love that approach. And watch this. Again, I'm just giving you a baseline. And Samantha, what did you notice about my presentation that stuck out to you the most?
I mean, it was just the way that you look. It's just when you speak all together and the confidence that you exude, regardless of what it is that you're saying. You just come off as knowledgeable and as subject matter expert is really what it is that strikes the average person, which is good because that's something but you've been doing it for a while. That same thing that I captured from you doing your presentation is like, I'm talking about confidence. So I got to come across as confident.
Correct. So what does it take to do that?
Practice.
Yeah. So now, okay. So you got enough time to still practice before the showcase, obviously, but what it comes from is you drawing from the very best from your experience. See, watch this. When the feds put somebody in a witness protection and they give them a new name, they tell them to make, well, you got a new name, but they tell them, make up a story. Like, where did you meet your husband? I met him at the ice cream stand when I was a little kid. Okay, we're going to go with you met him at the ice cream stand in Denver instead of New Jersey. If you stick as closer to the truth as possible, it's easy to remember. So what I'm telling you to do is your truth, you've lived it. You walked it, you talked it. That's where the confidence comes from. The sheer repetitions that I have, and that's why it looks polished. Now, of course, I just did all that stuff off the fly, but you made up a great point. I mean, you made a great point, I should say, is that I did not specifically say that I'm going to be teaching you from one of my signature programs. I didn't do that. You don't have to do that. It would be nice if you've never got that on video before, that you do get it on video. But just in case you don't, watch this. When the guys are doing the editing, we can run your signature program right across the screen. We can put that on there for you. That's post-production. I would get it on there. And it's a good thing that if you want to talk about form, watch this. You could say, I deliver such and such based leadership. I deliver this. And you could just say, these are the kind of topics that I deliver to my clients. Today, I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorites. And then you just pull out one, Sam. See how I just did that? It takes you 10 seconds to mention all 4. But then you say, well, I'm going to deliver today one of my favorites to you that's near and dear to my heart. I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm sharing it. And then you may give a story or something of real quick, like a minute, of why you feel it necessary that this signature program needs to be delivered during this time while we're in the pandemic. And boom, that's the hook that we're looking for right there. See, if I don't tell you this, then you're not going to have it on your mind. Is that what your messaging should be doing? And if you look at any of the top speakers, any of them, what you will notice is that their messaging is very clear, that they are here to serve at the highest level possible while people are suffering and struggling due to the fallout caused by the pandemic. And I don't give a damn what your subject matter expertise is. This shit has affected us all. So some of you can start out with the intro. You can start out with your name, your signature program, and where you're from. And then you can introduce all 4 of your signature programs if you wanted to, and then just present the best one. Or if you really want to get fancy with it, if I was some of you and I was showcasing and you really wanted to stick to a plan, I would just give the best bullets or an abbreviation of each one of my signature programs. That way you got it all on tape, and then you could just save the ending for a good close and then shut it down. It's all kinds of ways in which you could do it. But keep in mind that you got to do it in a short period of time. So if you're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about, you got to hit it hard and you got to get off of it. Attack your sentence structure with authority. And then move on to the next thing. Remember, make a point, open up the point, make an example of the point, bring closure to the point, transition and pivot right into the next point. Boom, 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 and you're done. Any other questions, Sam?
No, just some feedback. The one thing I did learn with trying to hit all 4 is just doing it within myself and those around me. It comes closer to the time. So now I'm kind of identifying if I need to pivot and overarching, like just share what they all are and just hone in on one so that I'm not over on time is kind of where my headspace is at right now.
And you could do that, Brand. And another thing too, Sam, I called you Brand. Another thing too, Sam, you have a really, really powerful brand. And I know that, you know, that takeoff and flight thing that you do, listen, all you got to do is get the sound bite in there. Watch this. It's always good when you're presenting to tell the audience the reason why. Why do I want all of you to take off and fly? Why do I want you to, when you use that aviation analogy, why do I want all of you to do that? Watch this. My reason, why do I want all of you to be focused in here? Why do I want you to see it first and then say it? Why do I want you to organize your focus? Because when you're not focused and organized and you don't see your goals clear, you waste time and you're not stepping into your greatness. You're not able to achieve the things that you normally will be able to achieve when you're not organized. That's why it's so important. So why do I want your goals to take off in flight? And boom, give them the bullet that gets them straight. Oh, damn, that's what she wants us to do. Yeah. You got it?
Got it.
So watch this. I'm going to leave you with this. And Dr. J, I see your hand. Eileen, I see you. I'll be right with you. I'm going to leave you with this, Sam. If you're doing your introduction and you're hitting on the 4 signature programs and you're right there around 10 minutes and you know you have your presentation is pretty much where you need it to be and you feel good with that, that's probably what you should stick with. Because I heard what you said. You said, yeah, I've been practicing, da, 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 da. I can deliver the 4 in 10 minutes. Now that means, Sam, that if you watch this, and this happens to speakers, and it's going to happen to somebody at the showcase, I would prefer it not, but I need you to focus. Sometimes it's so easy to get wrapped up into one of the signature programs, and now you took 2 minutes away from the other one. And if that happens, that's okay. The audience doesn't know your signature program, Sam, only you do. So I don't want you to deliver a perfect presentation. What I want you to do is deliver it from your gut, deliver it passionately, and deliver it from your experience. If you do that, I'm willing to deal with the consequences. You got it?
Yeah, I think in order to deliver it from my gut, I can't try to fit all 4 in because I become too systematic in trying to share what they all 4 are, and then what the power phrases and sound bites from each 4 are. So I think in order to connect my heart, I need to pick a favorite.
Yeah, and also too, and that's exactly what I was talking about. It's so easy, Sam, to do your introduction and get into it and start talking about one. So to prevent that, you could say, you could do your mainstay headline, and then you could say, I have 4 signature programs that I deliver to my clients that help them with da 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 da. But today I have a one that's near and dear to my heart. And my story and the value that I wanted to deliver to you today is in this signature program. And this is the reason why I want your dreams and your goals to take off in flight. Sam, if you don't use that line in some kind of way, I will never, ever speak to you again.
I'm done.
I mean, damn, it just felt so good. It just came. Sam, you see the way it just came out? The reason why, they want to know the reason why.
I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told my husband. I'm gonna put a wig on you and give you my suit. Y'all just go do it. I'm gonna just sit back and watch.
Hey, listen, Sam, listen, but see, it's right there for you. All you got to do is just make sure that you say that whatever the tagline is for your brand, just make sure that's the first thing you say, and then you can get it out the way. See, watch this. The reason why I do that, because the audience always wants to know, well, why does she want our goals to take off in flight? Why does KTR want us to be organized? Why does he want us to be focused? Because if you're not, this is what's going to happen. And if you are, I can guarantee you the results. And then you paint a picture through the sound bites and your power phrases inside of your word sequences found in your signature programs. They're going to find the value in there. If you stick to that, it's going to be dripping with nothing but value. So Sam, tell us about the 4 and then get your favorite one out of that and then work from there. And then that way you don't have to feel like you're rushed, because you don't want your presentation to sound like it's rushed. You want to take your time. 10 minutes is a lot. I'm in television and radio. When we say, when we're going on a commercial break for 2 or 3 minutes, and I have to get ready to go into that break, that's a long time. I could tell a story. I could tell a whole bunch leading up to the break. So when my producer says, or the board operator points at me and says, KTR, we got 2 minutes to go to break. So I already know what I'm working with, but I can feel it when we're coming close to a minute and I need to get ready to introduce the break. So that's all you need to be thinking about, because seconds matter in a short period of time. So all I'm thinking about when I got to get ready to go to the break is, well, listening audience, I want you to remember what our guest talked about today. And I want you to remember what it takes for you to achieve this kind of success. We all talk about greatness, but the fact of the matter is that very few are able to achieve it. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after these messages on the Kevin T. Robertson Show, where we're bringing the world into focus. Boom, cut to the break. See, if I know how much time I got, I know what I'm working with. If you know you got 10 minutes, remember, first of all, introduction, name, and why you're here, that's a minute right there. Okay, now I got 9 minutes. Now, watch this. The reason why I'm here today is to help you understand how your goals can take off in flight. I'm going to help you understand why you need to be doing blah, blah, blah. and then jump into the title to your signature program and start delivering the value. You got enough time to tell a little part about your story. You got enough to tell them your struggle being few women of color in aviation. Man, that's a lot of time if you use it the right way. Sam, any more questions or comments?
I'm good, thank you.
You're very welcome. You're going to do great. You're going to do amazing. I believe in you. Your husband believes in you. We're both going to be there for you. It's going to be all good. Dr. J, talk to me.
Okay, so I have 4 signature programs, but I really only have 2.
Okay.
The other 2 I have on paper, but that's not really part of my skin. So the first 2, my transformation based health and my remote based health, those are the 2 that I'm working with in true and living color.
Yeah.
I really only wanted to talk about my transformation based health. But what you just told Sam, I'm going to take that into consideration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about both, because I have research for the other one and I can do a little bit with that, but I'm not really actively, I don't have anything within myself to say that I'm offering anything.
Absolutely.
The transform model, which covers both.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about I'm going to say, transformation based. I'm going to talk about the remote based, and then I'm going to talk about the secret sauce. And the secret sauce is the transform model. And I'm the only one on the planet using the transform model.
Yes, ma'am.
So then I'm going to take them through what is the transform model? What is T? What is R? What is A? What is N? All the way to the end. I'm not going to give them a long drawn out piece, but I'm going to give them sound bites on each letter.
Nice little snapshot. That's exactly what I want you to do. And Dr. J, when you take a big word like transformational with all those letters, you gotta
enunciate.
Boom. You gotta hit one sound bite per letter. Get on it, get off of it, move to the next.
And the other thing is, like when you were doing your presentation just now, you weren't talking to the meeting planner. You were saying, if you so-and-so and so, you know what I mean? So my whole presentation is really focused towards the meeting planner.
Got you. And that's cool. Watch this. It's okay to do both.
Okay.
Anytime I'm doing a presentation, I always speak to the people who I feel needs to hear the message. And sometimes that's C-suite executives. It all depends on my audience. Obviously, during the pandemic, even when I did my brand new speaker video demo, when me and my team are revamping KevinTRobertson.com yet again, and we're going to add more verbiage that speaks to the meeting planner or key decision makers, but I'm also speaking to corporate teams. I'm speaking to entry-level employees, managers or supervisors, and C-suite level, because we all got to be able to work together. And Dr. J, your signature programs, where you are with remote-based health and transformational based health, I mean, think about when you get to the part of the presentation where you tell them that you have a standing desk. I remember one of the conversations that we had when you told me you don't sit down, you stand up when you're working.
Yeah. But see, the thing about it, that's why I'm kind of like, my presentation is really like, I'm saying, this is my target audience, as executives in challenging leadership positions. And I'm saying, these are the programs that I'm offering you for your clients. So it's hard for me I'm talking into the meeting planner, but I can't shift over into saying now talking to the executive. You know what I mean?
Now,
so I have to stay one of the, how do I stay with both?
Yes, you can. You can do both. Watch this, Dr. J. You can split it up. So for your introduction, watch this. You can have 2 target audiences. See, this is how you work smart. This is what you're going to see us do in the taping of this event. We're going to shoot smart. Shooting smart is, like I said, if I make a mistake on your introduction, you know what? Stop that. I'm gonna reset it, drop the microphone. As soon as I look at and he's gonna give me the go, and I'm gonna do it again. Now, obviously, because we can get in a flow and it has to have the right kind of energy. The editing is gonna be amazing, but you got to give us something great to edit. And that's why your pre-production goals like this are very important. So listen to this. So this is the way you can do it. And you can hit the meeting planner And then you can go right into C-suite executives, because the executives is your target market, correct, Dr. J?
Right.
Yeah, you want to help executives lead a more healthy lifestyle. Okay, so what you can do is you can say, hey, I'm Dr. J. This is where I'm from. The topic I will be delivering today is entitled blah, 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 right? Now, you can say, I'm on a mission to develop strategic partnerships with meeting planners all across the globe to help them and their audiences and their team live a more healthy lifestyle. Now, the reason why, and you can give them a little snippet, Dr. J, hey, my husband, died of a heart attack. I started to take my health serious on a whole nother level. And it led me up to where I am right now of providing this level of service. So today I have a signature program called Transformational Based Health. And I want to break down the acronym for, and then you boom, 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 boom. Just go all the way through them. And then you close it out and then you're done. See, now at the beginning of your presentation, you said that this is what you do is helping meeting planners, or you create strategic partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
This is really what we're doing. See, I even have that in my speaker video demo. I am here to create strategic partnerships with meeting planners so that we can work together to help their team achieve next level success. See, that's a specific soundbite to the person in charge of the budget. But then everybody needs to stay more organized. Everybody needs focus. So that message is for everyone. So you can do a twofold. Did that make sense?
Yeah, so I'm going to introduce, should I introduce both I want to introduce both my programs, the remote one and the other one, right? And give their little value and then say, this is the model that we use, and then go into the model.
Yes, that's exactly what I want you to do right there. Remember, Dr. J, the meeting planner is a business professional.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can just call them out by name because now you got an actual sound bite that's making a connection with the person who hires the speakers. This is why whenever I speak, I always make sure that I at least make 1 or 2 connections with them. The rest of my information is for the business professional who wants to achieve the slight edge advantage. And it's not one of us that's not looking to achieve more success. This is, we have this built in our DNA. We're all competitive. We all want more. So when you're speaking, your job is to teach them more. I just say that to you all the time because a lot of times speakers, they forget all about the meeting planner and their target buyer.
Mm-hmm.
You have to remember, you got a target audience and you got a target buyer.
Mm-hmm. I do talk about my target audience in the beginning.
Good.
I say that I'm targeting executives in challenging leadership positions. I don't say targeting, but my program is designed for.
There you go. And guess what? You've been clear about that from the beginning, and you're standing on it right now. You speak to C-suite executives and you want to help them live a healthier lifestyle. That's your message. Dr. J, it sounds like you're ready for showcasing to me, to be honest with you.
I've been throwing things around, but I just got to pull it together.
You got a plan. Remember, the first 2 minutes, you got to get that out the way and jump into it. And you got to jump into your message. And as soon as that powerful introduction, you got to get right into the value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And remember, each speaker is going to have a Q&A afterwards. So you're going to be taking questions from the audience or either from me. And I'm going to be asking you direct questions about your signature programs or about your industry. Or Dr. J, what is it that you feel is missing with these executives? What is the one thing that you feel? I may ask you something like that. And boom, now we got that on camera. You see what I'm saying?
I would say scheduling your health. You do not schedule your health. These are the elements of the model that need to be scheduled. Mm-hmm. And then you need to apply discipline and commitment along with that schedule.
Well, there you go. See, I might ask you something like that. And now we have an organic, one of your colleagues may ask you something from the audience because you're dealing with the best subject matter experts in the world that's going to be on this stage. Everybody knows this stuff. All you got to do is bring that kind of energy to the showcase. Again, Dr. J, to me, it sounds like you are very ready to showcase. I like your format. I like the way it sounds. I like the way it feels. Just stick to that.
Okay.
Okay? Take the pressure off, Dr. J. I love you.
Okay.
I heard the way you said, Come on now. This is Dr. J we talking about here. Show them what you made of. Hey, Dr. J, last thing, right? Dr. J, if you just do 10 minutes of the first conversation that you and I ever had, you can blow out the water with that.
Okay. Well, did you tape it?
No, I didn't tape it. But I'm telling you, hey, Dr. J, the first, when you got on a run, and when I asked you, you told me a little bit about your story and your reason why, my mouth was on the ground the entire time.
What?
If you just do that, you're gonna have them eating out the palm of your hand. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
All right. I love this game. I love the speaking game. I swear I do. Hey, we got okay, Dr. J, I gotta lower the hand on that. Eileen, talk to me. Eileen, you there? Eileen, are you there?
Let me unmute myself here.
Oh,
Hi,
there you go. I hear you.
KTR.
Hey, what's going on with you?
Oh, I'm getting excited and getting ready. So I'm listening, and I have a few questions about the presentations. And I know that you had the introduction here.
Yes.
One of the questions I have, is it okay for you to acknowledge the introduction? And after acknowledging the introduction, can you say at the end of your presentation, you know, I'm Eileen Franklin, you know, versus at the beginning? I heard you say you need to give your name and, you know, and all that. So is it okay to kind of switch it a little? Tell where you're from and tell the title, and then just say your name at the end.
You can. It's totally up to you. Remember, we're gonna have the lower thirds running at the bottom of the screen in post-production for your video that we're gonna give you for the edited version. We're gonna have your signature program, and we're gonna have your obviously your name up there.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's like, if you feel comfortable with that, that's fine. You know,
Okay.
Again, that's really about you bringing your little personalized energy to the stage.
Right.
And again, you know, Eileen, it's just like what I told Dr. J. I'm excited to have you showcase with us because you have a lot of experience in your space during a time where we are in we are in the worst mental health crisis ever in the history of our existence in the corporate workplace.
Right.
We've never really dealt with mental health properly in the last 50 to 75 years in corporate America. Just like they're starting to get these protocols in place, like they and I knew this was going to happen. I talk to people every day where they're suing their companies because of COVID protocols. Wrongful termination suits at an all-time high right now because people are pissed or whether or not they had the vaccine or didn't have the vaccine, that they're upset because they're discriminated against people no matter what your view is. But they're pushing people out who don't choose to get vaccinated. And that's not fair treatment. You know why? Because they've never had, excuse me, laws or rules in the HR because we've never had a pandemic before like this. So now you got to make up shit as you go along. And that little gray area is where people are taking advantage of it because you can't discriminate against people. This is changing the game. So just like I remember my mom distinctly telling me, she worked for the federal government for 45 years. It might have been longer than that. Yeah, it probably was longer than that. So I remember my mom telling me this was before the women's liberation movement. Yeah. This was before laws were on the books where you had to treat women more fair. And it still ain't fair. People in third world countries still ain't being treated fair. People of color aren't being treated fair. LGBTQ plus community. This shit is out of control.
That's true.
I remember my mom telling me, and I never forget it. She told me this story about 5 years ago. She said, I can remember working for the federal government And she said, my supervisors and my bosses, people in high positions, they could literally come around and fondle or feel a woman up on the job.
Right.
And it was no HR department you could go to file a complaint and say nothing.
Yeah. That's true. And
Yeah,
when you went, you were not acknowledged, you know,
Exactly.
because you didn't want to. I was just tired of being the first Black anything. I didn't want to be the first Black nothing because of some of the things that you're sharing now. And there are a lot of stories that's being told.
Yep.
And they are using this as process of elimination in major corporations, the pandemic, and how to get rid of people, you know, and it is unfair. So my topic is about some of that, but it's about nobody wants to have the hard conversation.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Yeah. And so I didn't want to, it's not just geared toward what's going on with I have one signature program that I'm focusing on.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure that I could use some of that and just not, and I know I don't have 10 minutes, I understand that, but I wanted to try to include some of that without feeling rushed. So I wanted to take off some of the introduction, you know, and just drop it at the end because I will have already. Okay,
that's
all right.
Fine. Listen, one thing about, you made a really great point, is that you realize that some of this stuff is not being talked about. So why not utilize the showcase to be disruptive, have a voice for the people that don't have a voice? Remember, we have never directly addressed, or properly, I should say, address mental health in the workplace in the last 50 to 75 years.
That's
you want to go back to before the civil rights movement, before the women's liberation movement, it's still a whole bunch of brokenness that we have. Now, what is done is everything has gotten out of control, and the pandemic blew the lid off of it. So watch this. This is what I've been telling you the whole time. Because you are in the mental health space and you have the medicine in your message, that is exactly what we're going to get on camera and capture the very best. So I want you to tell it like it is. I want you to talk about things that we're not dealing with right now, but your professional services is the remedy.
Right.
Not necessarily, you don't want to do a call to action. Like, hey, when you hire me, no, you don't want to do that. What you want to say is, these are the challenges. And this is what I learned through research and study and experience of how I help my clients work through it. And if you need to cut the intro off, fine. Eileen, you can step on stage and say, I'm here to talk to you about mental health. And get right into it. And that's fine with me. Because I'm going to be sitting there glued to my seat because I can't wait to hear what you got to say. Because I learn from you every single time you speak, every conversation that we've had. And I'm going to learn from every last one of the speakers that are showcasing with us, because everybody brings a unique quality to the stage. You got any other questions or comments?
No, because it's kind of, I just wanted to make sure I could get that in, just some of that in, because it's not in the signature programs directly.
No problem.
Okay, I want to be able to say it. All right, thanks, KTR.
Oh, you're very welcome, Eileen. I adore you. I just appreciate you so much for, trying to understand the game on another level. But everybody I just want you to be yourself. I believe that Arlene was the last question. We are right at 8 o'clock. I want to thank everybody who has been on since the beginning, even the people who aren't showcasing. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your patience. This is the first time of us doing this kind of Monday Q&A call, but it was necessary. It's very difficult for us to pull people in on the weekend. And like I said, I'm going to make a special request and see if Auston can't get this up tomorrow for everybody, so you can have access to it, so you can go back through at certain points in the video and listen to the tips that I have for you about how to give a killer presentation. I want to leave you with this. At the end of the day, this is what I want you to be confident in. I want you to understand that what I saw in you from the very first call, when we extended the invitation to you to schedule a strategy call. And then when we accepted you into this coaching program, understand the faint at heart can't make it into this coaching program. The ones who really want to put the effort in, the ones that have a vision, the ones that got a brand, and a lot of you fall in that category. You know what you're doing. You know your subject. You are a specialist. You are a subject matter expert. You are a leading authority, and you are a trusted advisor. I want you to come in with that kind of confidence to the showcase. Take your time. Think about what you want to say. Remember, see it and then say it. See it and then say it. And then I want you to just be yourself. I want you to represent your brand from the way you dress, to the way your hair is styled, to the way you interact with the audience, and every single thing it is that you've ever done in your life is going to come to this moment. Give us something to work with and let us paint you in the best light as possible. And we are going to have a safe, fun, empowering event. I love each and every one of you for the energy and effort that you give. I want to send a special thanks to all the support team that is helping us put this event together. I want to thank Auston in specific for putting me in position to always win and deliver the value. I know I'm just like maybe the face of the franchise a lot of times because I do the most talking, but believe me when I tell you, there's no way I could not do this without Auston and the team that we have, and our production team. You're going to be meeting them. We're going to have the time of our lives in DC, and I will see you all at Morton 6 p.m. in right next to the venue in DC on October the 5th, which is Wednesday, and then we're going to showcase our asses off on Thursday, October the 6th. I see all of you. Take care. Stay focused. Talk to you real soon.